Elon Musk is well known for his high-profile businesses such as Tesla and SpaceX, but he also has a few strange endeavors. He claims that one of them was initiated in order to create symbiosis between the human brain and artificial intelligence. Hello all, welcome back to the AI Science. Today we will be talking about Elon Musk's brain chip, the Neuralink chip. Let's move on to the video. Musk's brain interface technology firm is called Neuralink. It's working on a device that would be implanted in a person's brain and would record and maybe stimulate brain activity. Musk likened the device to a FitBit in your cranium. While Musk is fond of touting his futuristic vision for the technology, it does have some possible medicinal applications in the near future. In around 4 years, Neuralink hopes to bring a device to market that helps with serious brain impairments caused by strokes, cancer lesions, and other causes. Musk stated in an interview with the website, "Wait, but why?" In an interview, Musk claimed, "If I were to communicate a concept to you, you would essentially engage in consensual telepathy." So here's everything you need to know about Neuralink. The existence of Neuralink was first made public in 2017 when the Wall Street Journal reported on it. The company's first significant public appearance was in 2019 when Elon Musk and other members of the Neuralink leadership team gave a live-streamed presentation to demonstrate their technology. Neuralink is developing two bits of equipment. The first is a chip that would be implanted in a person's skull with electrodes fanning out into their brain. Neuralink is working on a chip the size of a cent that would be implanted in a person's skull. An array of tiny wires, each about 20 times thinner than the human hair, spread out from the chip and into the patient's brain. The cables are fitted with 1024 electrodes that can track brain activity and, in theory, electrically stimulate the brain. This information is wirelessly transmitted to computers where researchers can examine it. The second is a robot that could implant the chip automatically. The robot would work by punching flexible wires from a Neuralink chip into a person's brain with a stiff needle similar to a sewing machine. In April 2021, Neuralink took their animal demos a step further by demonstrating a monkey playing video games with its mind. Pager, a macaque monkey, was filmed playing video games like Pong for banana smoothie prizes, according to Neuralink. Pager played the games using a joystick that was disconnected from the game's console, meaning he was controlling the cursor using his brain signals as his arm moved. Elon Musk stated that Neuralink plans to begin implanting the chips in humans in 2022, which is 2 years later than he had anticipated. Musk said on December 6, 2021, at the Wall Street Journal CEO Council Summit that Neuralink hoped to begin human testing the following year, pending FDA approval. Musk isn't the first to set a deadline for delivering Neuralink's chips to people. During an appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast in May 2020, Musk stated that Neuralink might begin human testing in a year. In February 2021, he claimed the same thing in an interview on Clubhouse. Musk stated in 2019 that he hoped to implant a chip into a human patient by the end of 2020. In the near future, a chip implanted in the brain could aid in the treatment of neurological illnesses such as Parkinson's. Improved brain interface technology such as Neuralink may help researchers better understand and cure severe neurological diseases like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. Another use, according to Professor Andrew Hyers, could be allowing patients to control robotic prostheses with their minds. In a 2019 interview with Insider, Hyers said the first application you can imagine is better mental control for a robotic arm for somebody who's paralyzed, adding that electrodes in a patient's brain could potentially reproduce the sensation of touch, allowing the patient to exert finer motor control over a prosthetic limb. The first real-world application of Neuralink's technology, according to the company, would be allowing quadriplegics to control phones and laptops. On July 29, 2021, Neuralink announced a $205 million Series C investment round from investors, including Google's GV, previously Google Ventures. The business suggested the chip's first commercial application could be to assist quadriplegics in its announcement. Quadriplegia is a paralysis of all four limbs, either partially or completely. The device's initial hint is that it will aid quadriplegics in regaining digital freedom by letting them connect with their computers or phones in a naturalistic and high-bandwidth manner. The cash will be used to bring Neuralink's first product to market and speed research and development for future products, according to a blog post by the company. Elon Musk also claims that Neuralink's technology might be used to merge human mind with artificial intelligence in the long run, while academics are unconvinced. Despite Musk's praise for Neuralink's near-term potential, he frequently associates the firm with his concerns about artificial intelligence. Musk believes that utilizing Neuralink's technology, humanity would be able to attain symbiosis with artificial intelligence. In 2019, Musk informed Lex Fridman of the Artificial Intelligence podcast that Neuralink was designed to solve the existential risk associated with digital superintelligence. "We will not be able to outsmart a digital supercomputer," Musk continued. "If you can't beat him, join him." Musk has previously made dubious promises about Neuralink's medical applications. He said that the technique may cure autism at one point. Elon Musk suggested Neuralink might cure a lot of brain-related ailments in the future during an appearance on the Artificial Intelligence podcast with Lex Fridman in November 2019, citing autism and schizophrenia as examples. Autism is regarded as a developmental issue, not a disease, while schizophrenia is classed as a mental disorder by the World Health Organization. How Neuralink will affect humans and behavior. The Neuralink gadget will give a visual prosthesis for people who have suffered a retinal injury or have gone blind as a result of an eye injury. "We should maybe delegate responsibility to someone else," according to Elon Musk. The world is seen in a variety of wavelengths. To achieve superhuman eyesight, one must name their frequency and dynamically adjust the sensor. Consider a person who has never seen a colorful world in his life. What will his reaction be to this new gorgeous world, where he will now have the ability to see it in a variety of wavelengths? As he begins to see items and the environment around him differently, his perception of the world will definitely shift. Neuralink allows people to send real thoughts and converse more effectively. This communication was described by Musk as non-linguistic assent, consenting intellectual telepathy. Consider an office or team meeting. If you're the team leader and giving a presentation and you suddenly forget about a strategy, one of your colleagues can connect to you via Neuralink and tell you what you've forgotten. Many brain activities will be illuminated by the Neuralink device. As a result of this endeavor, you'll gain a lot of knowledge about how the brain works. You can now estimate how much information search and processing will improve. And you may make quick decisions after examining each visual message. Human decision-making will undoubtedly alter, and this will have an impact on behavior. This technology can also unleash previously dormant creativity. With enough electrodes in the appropriate areas, one of the developers said, you could begin to get into the basic notions that are running through your mind. For example, you might be considering certain movie scenes that you'd like to improvise with this technology and exhibit it to others. Now, in a behavioral sense, you may express your feelings with 3D graphics, which is both relaxing and beneficial. Humans crave nostalgia in this information age. This technology will be capable of storing memories as reservoirs. On demand, one can return to the memories and modify the mood. Cognitive problems like dementia can be easily managed if this is broken. One of the team members who attended the event discussed how pain is the root of all human suffering. Today, there will be so many ailments that can cause a lot of pain. Treatments can also be painful when this anguish is alleviated. Our perspective on diseases changes dramatically. Neuralink systems may also be important in this. We cannot dispute that the artificial intelligence era is approaching. Musk stated that determining how we cohabit with sophisticated artificial intelligence and achieving AI symbiosis is critical. One day, the chips will have medicinal uses, with a list of ailments that their chips might potentially solve. Memory loss, depression, epilepsy, and brain injury have all been suggested as illnesses that could benefit from generic brain devices like the Neuralink. So that's all for today, guys. If you enjoyed watching today's video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on all the notifications.